Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome to our University Progression webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's great to see everyone here. So I am Rebecca Bewley. I'm the Head of Partnerships at NCC Education. And today we are going to have a webinar about university progression with our very special guest, Anderson Passos from Lakeland University Japan. In terms of questions, engagement with the session today, please feel free to pop your questions, to let us know where you're joining us from. If you're a centre, if you're a student, please feel free to put that information in the chat box. And for any particular questions, there is also the Q&A section here on Teams. You can put them in there as well if you prefer. So for today's agenda, I will begin with a brief introduction to NCC Education, all about our qualifications and the progression opportunities available to you. Then, as I said, we'll hear from Anderson from Lakeland University Japan, all about the university and applying there as an international student. And then we will hear from Stacey from Quill Learning, all about application and admissions support when applying to university as an international student through NCC. And then we will finish with a question and answer at the very end as well. Hopefully we'll have plenty of time for that. So please do keep the questions coming throughout the session. So I'll start, as I said, with an introduction to NCC Education. So who are we? We have a long and established heritage, originally established as part of a computing initiative by the British government in 1966. Over the decades, we've since been in private education for over 3 decades now. And in that time, we have evolved into a truly global awarding organisation. Today, we have over 260 educational partners, so partner centres worldwide, delivering internationally recognised British qualifications to students around the world. Our model is built around accessibility and flexibility. So students can study through a combination of face-to-face delivery and online learning, supported by high quality teaching and learning materials and resources that are designed and quality assured here in the UK. We work closely with a wide range of institutions, so schools, colleges, private training centres, and provide ongoing academic guidance, quality oversight and support to our partners. This ensures that wherever students are studying in the world, they are receiving a consistent and high standard of education. And importantly, our qualifications are designed as part of an integrated pathway. So students can start at various different entry points throughout the process and progress step by step towards higher education. So whether that is a full bachelor's degree or even postgraduate study as well. So when students choose NCC Education, it's not just the one qualification that they're choosing. It is a structured pathway towards an internationally recognised degree. And at NCC Education, so we specialise in computing and business qualifications in particular, so areas that are highly valued by employers and universities globally. One of the key strengths of our programmes and our qualifications is that they're all designed with this progression in mind. So students are not studying in isolation, very much working towards direct entry opportunities at universities and institutions around the world, whichever level you look at taking. So it gives students real flexibility in how that education is structured. They can begin studies locally, often at a lower cost and in a familiar environment, and then choose to progress internationally to complete the degree at either a partner university or a university that recognises and offers articulation. So we have progression agreements with universities across the UK. Traditionally, that's where we always look to, but over the years we have increased our presence globally, so in destinations such as the US, Australia, Canada, Malaysia, Singapore, and Japan. So this global network provides students with a wide range of options depending on their academic goals, personal preferences, if there's somewhere in particular that students have always wanted to study. So those qualifications are widely recognised not only by universities but also by employers, by professional bodies, and it means that students gain both academic progression opportunities but also strong career relevance in today's industry. So ultimately, students can choose the pathway that works best for them, study locally, study abroad, or a combination of both. And for today's session, as we've said, we're particularly focusing on that transition. So how students move from an NCC qualification into international university study and the opportunities that we have available through our network. Thank you. I'll now hand over to Helen to talk about our University Progression Routes brochure.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, and welcome everyone to today's webinar with Lakeland University Japan. So I'm just going to quickly mention our University Progression Routes brochure, which used to be called the What Next brochure, but has been called the University Progression Routes brochure since the last edition. You will find that on our website, on our University Progression page, and it's a great place to look when you are considering where you might like to apply to university using your NCC Education diploma. At the beginning of the brochure, there's an interactive content section. So, for example, if you are interested in studying at Lakeland University Japan, you will see that there is a section for each of our qualifications. You can spot the university, click on it, and it will take you to that particular part of the brochure. So it's really intuitive and easy to use. And I've just given an example. Lakeland University Japan recognise plenty of our diplomas. This is referring to the International Foundation Diploma, and in fact they have new courses, so in the next edition we will be updating the brochure with even more courses that they recognise, but it gives lots of information, the website, information about the qualification that's recognised, any requirements, etc. So do check that out. Now, without further ado, I am going to hand over to our very special guest speaker, Anderson, who's going to talk you through his presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak to this audience today. My name is Anderson. I am currently the Vice President of Lakeland University Japan in Tokyo. And I would like to speak a little bit to what our university is, what programs do we offer here in Japan, what type of support systems we have for students, and then later we'll tap a little bit into how students with an NCC certification can move into higher degree studies with us. So a little bit about our story. Lakeland University is originally from Wisconsin in the US. The university was founded in 1862 and came to Japan in 91. So between 91 and 2005, we were just operating as a study abroad site for students from the US. Then from 2025, we were recognized by the Ministry of Education here in Japan. And that means we are not only recognized by the Higher Learning Commission in the US, but also by the Ministry of Education here in Japan. In 2020, we finally brought the 4-year curriculum from the US to Japan. And currently, we are located in Ryogoku. That's where the sumo wrestling happens here. There is a lot of Japanese culture around. And we recently added a lot of new majors and a master's program as well, which I will speak a little bit later. Now, moving forward, we have around 80% of international students in our student body. Lakeland University Japan today has 560 students, with some variation. That number, we just started our term. We are in the add drop period right now, and some students are still being added and removed. So around 560. 100% of our courses are in English. We are an American university, a campus of an American university in Japan. Therefore, our curriculum is exactly the same as the US. And this is something very important to say because due to accreditation and other federal requirements, we have to have exactly the same level of education that is given in the US campus here in Japan. We receive many exchange students from our home campus, from partner universities, and of course, having the same curriculum as the US campus helps a lot with credit transfers. We do have, as I mentioned before, two different programs. In the undergraduate program, for students who wish to finish with an associate's degree, we have that option. That does not happen very often here in Japan. Most students are in the 4-year program. And regarding our staff, in the presentation here, I put only English, Japanese, but we do have staff from other parts of the world. I myself am from Brazil, so we have people who can speak Spanish, Chinese. Students from all over the world are pretty much covered with the languages that our staff members can speak. Now, a little bit about our system. We are a little bit unique here in Japan. Most universities in Japan have only 2 terms, 6 months, 6 months. In the US, some universities, as our home campus, has 2 normal terms and 1 small summer term. Here in Japan, Lakeland University has full 3 terms, which means that our terms run for a continuous 12 weeks and 1 additional final testing week. We do this, and the result is our students are able to get more credits that they usually would in a normal university. And the end result is that instead of staying here with us for 4 years, most of our students are able to graduate in 3 years and 4 months. Of course, some choose to extend to 4 years. Some just graduate earlier. Anyway, that's pretty much open to the students. Our credit system, as you can see there in the slide, the Higher Learning Commission allows us to issue the bachelor's degree once the student reaches 120 credits, which means that in case of students coming with an NCC certificate, some of your credits will be validated and will be transferred into those 120. So you don't have to take 120 here with us. You have to take less credits. Now, one very interesting thing about Lakeland is that we use our curriculum is based on liberal arts, and it's a very traditional curriculum. Basically, students do not need to decide on a major in the first 2 years. That means that when you come in, you will experiment with different subjects, and then before going into your 3rd year, after 60 credits, then that's when you have to make a decision. And we don't really force the students to make a decision, but the students who don't make a decision at the end of the 2nd year, it's very difficult for us to guarantee that prerequisites will be met and that everyone will be able to graduate within 4 years. So it's a soft requirement. Please decide on your major after your 2nd year. Of course, for students who have already decided what they want to do in the first year, when they left high school, there's no problem. They can declare their major at the beginning and just follow through the program and graduate as soon as they can. Here in Japan, we do enforce a small classroom size to all our courses. The biggest classroom that I have seen here in our campus was 30 students, and that was an emergency. One of our professors had a situation, he couldn't attend classes for a certain semester, and we had to merge two classrooms together. But as you can see in the slide, our maximum number, the usual maximum number of students in the classroom is 20 students. We have classes that run with 5 to 8 students, as low as 5 to 8 students as well. So moving next, just a little bit about the learning style. I don't know which countries you guys are coming from, but here in Japan, high school students usually do not ask many questions in the classroom. They move to universities and they keep not asking questions. And that's a huge shock for Japanese students here in Japan, because when they come to Lakeland University, they have to ask questions. Critical thinking and discussion are given in any classroom inside our campus. The next slide, I will talk a little bit about the undergraduate program. Actually, I already spoke about this. You guys probably noticed I'm from Brazil, I speak too much. So this was already covered, our liberal arts curriculum, the 4 years. And Helen, can you go back one? I just want to mention one thing at the end of the slide. Here in Japan, I will talk about the majors that we have available here in Japan. And even though the majors we have here in Japan are somewhat limited, any student in the Japan campus can transfer to the US campus. And that opens over 40 choices on majors to those students. So moving forward is you will see the majors available here in Japan. The most how can I say that? The most popular major we have is the business administration. Inside business administration, we have emphasis, so international business, communication, hospitality management, marketing, and digital marketing. The next slide shows you the other 4 majors that we have in the undergraduate program. We have communication, hospitality management, data science with emphasis in business analysis, and then organizational leadership with emphasis in communication and digital marketing. Moving forward, we have just started the graduate program here in Japan on May 25, 2025. We brought from the US curriculum the MBA and the Masters of Science in Leadership and Organizational Development. So as you can see in the slide, both programs are designed to last around 2 years. And the main difference between both programs is that the MBA is a little bit longer, and the MBA has some courses with heavy finance, and those courses are not present in the leadership course. So for everyone who finished a business BA and does not really like the math, but wants a master's, we have the master's in leadership. For everyone who really wants to go deep into business administration, then the MBA is available for them. A little bit about how we support our students. We operate a little bit from other universities here in Japan and around the world. It's very common for a professor to be available only during office hours. We actually hire our professors on a normal contract. Our professors, full-time faculty, are here on campus most of the day. They are required to do research on campus. Every student, when entering Lakeland University Japan, is also assigned an advisor, and the advisor helps the students from basic living questions about living in Japan to academic questions and help thinking about the progression through inside our program. We also have a learning center. The learning center is something that first year students, people coming to Japan usually use a lot. The learning center is always busy because we employ seniors who had good grades in certain courses to be at the learning center at certain hours. That makes sure that students who are struggling in one subject or another, they actually can go to the room and get support right away instead of making appointments and see if someone is available or not. So the learning center really, it works as students helping students, and so far has been very successful. We also have many field trips and club activities. Lakeland University Japan students are free to create any clubs they want. And that is good and bad. Many clubs run for only one term and then they disappear. Other clubs are always there. And inside the courses, many courses have field trips, which gives the opportunity to students to actually engage more with Japanese society and culture. Now, regarding career, I am very happy and not shy to say that in 2025, we got 100% employment. But I would like to put a big asterisk on that statement. We are in Japan, and of course, to get a job in Japan, Japanese language is a requirement in many jobs. You don't have to be a native speaker, you don't have to be very fluent, but you do have to be able to communicate. Lakeland University Japan understands that. We have 4 different levels of Japanese language courses inside our curriculum that count towards graduation credits. And if everything goes well, starting next September, we will be adding 2 extra courses to make sure that we fulfill the expectations of the job market here in Japan. We have a career officer, sorry, Ellen. We have a career officer that is here 8 hours a day. And we also have career-related courses that will help students learn how the job hunting process happens in Japan, what is necessary, what they need to put in their CVs, how to make themselves more employable, etc. And that person will be here, again, 8 hours a day, just to help students finding internships, part-time jobs, and later full-time jobs. Now, the next slide talks a little bit about our options for study abroad. For many of you watching this today, you might not be interested in going abroad because you are already coming to Japan if you come to study with us, and that's fine. But also you will have the option to go to our main campus in Wisconsin or to our sister school in Virginia, in the state of Virginia, Virginia Wesleyan University. And for students who are in Japan, in the Japan campus, you can go up to a year to our home campus or to Virginia Wesleyan University, and there is no additional cost on your tuition. It works like if it were a scholarship. You guys probably know that the tuition in the US is much higher than what it is in Japan, but we will hold the tuition here in Japan, and the only thing that students have to pay, of course, is accommodation and transportation, living expenses there, food, etc. But the tuition itself, for up to 1 year, you pay the tuition same as Japan. Now, moving forward, if you come, can you move to the next slide, Ellen, please? There you go. So we are NCC Education and Lakeland University recently entered in an agreement, and we are able to recognize many of the credits from courses that you took in different diplomas acquired through Quill or any of those NCC diplomas that you can see there in the list. One thing that I would like to say though is that Lakeland University Japan will accept even NCC level 2 diplomas. Of course, there are other requirements to be accepted. The number of credits that will be recognized will always be dependent on the evaluation by the World Education Service or the Educational Credential Evaluation Services. But we can recognize credits from level 2 diplomas all through level 7 from NCC Education. That's pretty much what I had to say about Lakeland University. I give the floor back to you.
Thank you so much, Anderson. That was brilliant. I don't think I can see any questions in the chat just yet, but please, I would encourage everyone who is attending and watching here today. This is a great opportunity to ask Anderson some questions, so please do keep them coming and we'll have time at the end to answer. So now I would like to introduce you to Stacey McArdle, who will talk to you about Quill Learning.
Thank you, Becky. Yes, so my name is Stacey. I'm from Quill Learning, and we've just heard all about the great benefits of studying at Lakeland. Very exciting. So as a potential student who might be interested in going to this university or learning more, that's where Quill Learning comes in. We help support students who might be interested in going to any of the articulation university partners of NCC Education. And we help you making your applications, finding the right university, and we help you guide through those steps, and we support you in every way possible. Thanks, Helen. You can go to the next slide. If you want to learn more about us or to get in contact with us, you can go to our websites, which I'll drop into the chat in a minute. You can also send us an email at inquiry@quilllearn.com. And if you want to join our Telegram group, you can by scanning the QR code. So we help manage any of the student inquiries into Lakeland and to help with any NCC Education students who might be interested in going there. And we can help you with that process. So please get in touch with us. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you so much, Stacey. So we will share a copy of the slides, a copy of the recording of today's session. So you'll have access to the contact details for Quill. And as Stacey said, she will pop that into the chat function as well. So you'll have all the details of Quill and be able to reach out with any questions about the application process to Lakeland University Japan as well. In terms of questions, Anderson, I think in terms of studying in Japan, I think a lot of students here are looking at studying internationally, pretty much for the first time. And I know you gave quite a lot of information about the kind of careers service and things like that. Is it possible to talk about the international student community? Is it quite a wide range of international students at Lakeland University Japan at the moment?
Oh, yes, definitely. One thing that we have seen in the last 2 years is that we used to be almost half, 50% Japanese, 50% international. Right now we are at 80% international. And our biggest group are students from the US, and followed by students from all over the world. We literally have students from every continent except Antarctica. We're still not teaching penguins, but and our faculty, I think one of the best things that we have here that we can offer to students who come to Lakeland University Japan, this is I bet we are one of the most international campuses in the world. We have faculty from every corner of the world. We have students from everywhere. And again, as I mentioned before, because our students are free to create clubs by themselves every term, that creates an amazing atmosphere where students are always jumping from club to club, or just making new friends the whole time. And it's a really amazing place to be. Of course, as I mentioned before, you need Japanese to get a full-time job in Japan. The campus is all in English. It's like living inside a bubble in Japan. Once you get your foot outside of the door, then it's Japanese everywhere. But if you want to be in an international environment here in Japan, enjoy the culture and the language, then Lakeland University Japan is probably the best place to be.
Excellent, thank you. And in terms of that community and that kind of campus feel, I'm sure that means it's quite a safe location, and I know that can be concerned sometimes for students and parents as well. So I think that's quite good to know that kind of element of safety and security whilst on the campus as well.
Yeah, one thing that I would like to add is that Japan is one of the safest countries in the world, and we are very lucky to be in a location where, if you look for Japan pictures on the web, you will see very busy places with a lot of people. The area where we are located is a very quiet area. It's very close to the busy areas. It's very close to the Tokyo Skytree. It's very close to the electric town of Akihabara. It's two stations away from Akihabara. We are 5 minutes from the big sumo arena. We have Asakusa, which is the big lantern, the big shrine that we have here in Tokyo. So we are close to many tourist spots. You can go on foot, and at the same time, when you walk to the campus, you are in a very quiet area. It's not as busy as other parts of Tokyo. So students really enjoy to be in this part of the campus. And they enjoy so much that they look for housing close to the campus. We had so many requests about housing. Lakeland University Japan does not have a dormitory, and that's why I didn't include any housing information in the slide. But we do work with real estate agents here in Japan. We are currently renting 2 properties. We are renting all the rooms, so our students have some options when coming to Japan. We know that the real estate market in Japan can be quite demanding monetarily. You have to pay a lot of money in advance, but by working with real estate agents here, we are able to lower that barrier for our students as well.
Excellent, thank you, Anderson. That's really useful to know, because I think, again, when coming to a country for the first time, knowing where you're going to stay, how to get in touch with those accommodation services and things is really important. So that's great to know. Thank you. We have had a question in the Q&A function now with regards to, so Niam holds the International Diploma and Advanced Diploma in Business from NCC Education, completed in 2012. Following their studies, they took a brief hiatus to gain practical experience and are currently employed as a software project manager in the information technology sector. Is it possible now to enroll? So Anderson, I think that's maybe a little bit outside the kind of standard direct entry requirements, but I wonder, is that something that you're able to discuss, you know, in terms of having that gap since the diploma was completed? Would the university consider admission?
Yes, of course. We, as I put in the last slide, I believe, we will accept the credentials as long as WES and ECE validates them. So even you had a gap, there is no problem. Actually, the fact that you had a gap in your education, but you actually got some professional experience, you might even be able to claim credits for your professional experience. So we also have a system where we can evaluate and award credits, not only for the NCC Education certification, but also for the professional experience that you had.
Excellent. Thanks, Anderson. That's great. So we have another question here from Mayat. I understand that Lakeland University accept the NCC diploma and that admissions are considered on a case-by-case basis. However, I would like to know how the entry process works for students who have completed NCC Level 5 in business or computing. Would students normally be eligible for credit exemptions or direct final year entry when transferring from the NCC program?
Okay, so for the level 5 diploma in computing specifically, according to our mapping, some of the courses that were taken during that diploma, they map directly to some of our courses. So those courses wouldn't have to be taken. You would need 120 credits to finalize your bachelor's degree. With the level 5 diploma in computing, you would be able to claim a maximum of 30 credits. So you would, theoretically, you would be coming as a second year student.
Thank you, Anderson. And so is it possible to know the price of the MBA course at Lakeland University Japan, and does it require a GRE score?
The first question is easy to answer. No, it's not required. The second answer, I will have to apologize for my lack of preparedness because I did not download the material. The MBA course, the semester, remember we have 3 semesters, right? We have 3 terms a year. The yearly rate is around 1.5 million Japanese yen. So around 500 something thousand for each term. I can give you the price tag in US dollars if it helps. So it's about $2. So 1 year in the master's will be about $10,000. The master's program
thank you.
goes for 2 years. So you're looking at around $20,000 for the master's.
And are there any scholarships or discounts that students can take advantage of for that postgraduate study?
For the postgrad, we don't offer internal scholarships. All the internal scholarships we have are available only for undergraduate students. But as we are recognized by the Ministry of Education here in Japan, international students can apply for other scholarships available through the Japanese government. The most used one is the scholarship by JASSO, JASSO. It's a Japanese association service for international students, and we have many students who are claiming scholarships from them.
Excellent, thank you. So the scholarships work centrally in Japan rather than kind of through the university directly, is that right?
No, it's kind of, we do have internal scholarships. So we have many scholarships that we issue for merit scholarships or sometimes PR scholarship, depending on the university needs. We will open the position and we will scholarship the student on different percentages on the tuition. And those are internal. They are available only for undergraduate students. But outside of the internal scholarships, any student at Lakeland University Japan can apply for external scholarships. We have private companies that offer scholarships, and we also have governmental organizations, just like JASO, and the JASO is the most popular one.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Anderson. That makes sense. Thank you for the explanation. We have another question from Joseph asking about the graduate with a level 7 diploma in business. So what stage could the person begin? So the level 7 diploma in business with NCC Education is the postgraduate level study. So that's the one that Anderson explained provides entry to the MBA and the Masters in Leadership programs.
Yes. So the level 7 diploma in business there is a rule in the academic catalog of Lakeland that allows us to recognize a maximum of 9 credits in the graduate program. And the level 7 diploma from NCC gives you a maximum of 9 credits. If all the courses you took are recognized, you will get the maximum allowed by our regulations. So taking 9 credits, if you are entering in the leadership, in the Masters in Leadership, then you can probably graduate in 1 year.
Excellent, thank you. I think that's really important to know, is that it would accelerate that, having studied wherever you are with an accredited partner centre with for the level 7 with NCC. It would mean the duration of study at the university would be a lot shorter. Yeah, thank you. So Joseph says, what about someone who desires MBA?
Oh,
so that is in reference to
Yeah, the 9 credits are valid in both programs, Joseph. So the MBA is a 36 credit graduate program, subtract 9 from there. And the Masters in Leadership is a 30 credit program, subtract 9 from there. So our programs, our master programs currently allow students to take only 2 courses per term, per semester. So you will be taking a maximum of 6 courses. Each course has 3 credits, so it's 18 credits per year. So if you look at the MBA with 36 credits, if you take out 9 credits, then you are looking at 1 year and a half for the MBA. For the MSLOD, the Masters in Leadership, you're looking at 30 credits, take out 9, you still have around 28 credits, 28, oh my God, 27. My God, 21, sorry. Then that shrinks the time you stay with us to a little bit more than, less than 1 year.
Excellent, thank you, Anderson. I appreciate it's late in the day where you are. We're bright and early in the UK here today.
No, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are just in the middle of the drop ed period. Our classes have started last Tuesday, and the campus is hectic. It's chaotic. So I do apologize if my
No need to
ideas
apologize.
don't come true.
Not at all. It's all very clear, and we're really grateful, Anderson. Thank you. Another question from Joseph. So are international students allowed to work 20 hours per week during term time in Japan, as is the case in the US and the UK?
Actually, Joseph, students are allowed to work 28 hours during the term. And during the breaks, students are allowed to work 40 hours. So what happens here at Lakeland University Japan is that, as I mentioned before, we have a 12-week straight term with a 1 week for finals. After the finals, you have 3 weeks with the break is exactly 3 weeks. So during those 3 weeks during the break time, you will be allowed to work 40 hours. Because our terms are in a different schedule than the Japanese universities, many companies will not believe you. If you go to, oh yeah, I'm during the break, and they will look at you and say, no, you are not. This is not the break here in Japan. So we do issue certificates to our students to prove to their employers that they are on a break and they can legally work more than what is stated in their residence card.
Excellent, thank you. And then one more question, I think, in the Q&A section. It's just taking a moment to load for me, sorry. So this is for Quill. So we should connect with Quill Learn for all the progression and transfer related services. Yes. So as we said, we'll share, I think Stacey has already put in the chat some of the details, and the QR code is still on the screen as well.
Yeah, that's great, Becky. I'll just add in the email address as well. So any inquiries, you can send it directly to this email address, and we will definitely help you with the process.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
Rebecca,
Yes.
may I add one comment? I do believe that with everything that's going on in the world right now, many people in the past who were wishing to get a university degree in the US are now facing a situation where they cannot go to the US. There are so many visa restrictions, there are so many walls, and luckily for us here at Lakeland University Japan, we do have the same exact credential from our home campus. As a matter of fact, Lakeland University Japan does not issue diplomas. So all the diplomas are issued by the Lakeland University in Wisconsin in the US. And as mentioned before, the curriculum is exactly the same. The Ministry of Education in Japan does not allow Lakeland University Japan to create programs. We have to bring the program from the US, and all those measures guarantee the quality of the program. So for everyone who were wondering or wishing to go to the US one day, study at a university and get a diploma from an American university, then you don't have to fly that far. We are here in Japan. We have the curriculum. We have the program. We are in one of the safest countries in the world, and the infrastructure is ready to receive you here. So we will be very happy to receive any applicants through Quill with the NCC diplomas.
Perfect. I think that was an excellent final statement there from you, Anderson. Thank you so much. It's a really, really concise way of explaining, what a great opportunity it will be for NCC diploma holders to progress to Lakeland University Japan. And I can't see any further questions or comments in the chat. So I think I will bring today's session to a close. I would very much like to thank everyone in attendance today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this webinar. I do hope that it's given you a clearer understanding of your progression options with NCC Education and to university level study in Japan. I'd like to extend a special thank you to our special guest speaker, Anderson Passos, for sharing all of those valuable insights for us today. Thank you to Stacey for talking to us about Quill, and thank you to Helen for organising today's session and talking to us about progression opportunities and the brochure. So just a final statement. So if you're considering your next steps, remember all of the opportunities available with NCC. Please do visit our website. Please reach out to Quill Learning with the details that we've shared, and we will share the recording with you in due course, as well as the presentation slides as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, and I hope you join us again soon for another webinar session in the future.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.